Hey, first graders. So we're continuing with our one chapter book readings. Today's reading is going to come from Zoey and Sassafras. Absolutely love this series. So I will give you a couple of reasons that I love this series. The first reason I love this series is because it's about a little girl and science. And even though it's a fiction book and all of the things that happen are made up because there's magical creatures like talking animals and dragons, it also has a lot of real science in it. So Zoey uses what she knows about real science to help solve problems in this sort of magical forest, magical world that she's also part of. The other reason I love this book, or another reason I even chose this book, is because there's a big orange cat. And as you know, I have a big orange cat. Another reason this book really spoke to me is because Sassafras, name of the cat, Sassafras is the name of one of my cats. So Senor Sassers, his real name, he hears me talking about him, his real name is Sassafras. So we call him Senor Sassers, but his name is Sassafras. So let's get started with Zoey and Sassafras. The one thing I will say I don't love about this book is the print sometimes. So like something like this where there's lots and lots and lots of words taking up the entire page, that can be a bit overwhelming. I don't really love the way the book was printed. You know, and then you have like just two sentences on this page, which is odd to me. But that really doesn't take away from the excellent storytelling that Asia's Citro does. There are great illustrations, lots of fun illustrations. So you do get that beautiful part of chapter books and picture books together. So let's get started on chapter 1. Chapter 1, Bug Circus. And we have a picture of Sassafras. What is it, Sassafras? I crouched down and fluffed my cat's fluffy fur. He was trying to flip over a heavy, mossy rock with his paws. Something good was definitely under there. I gently tipped the rock over on its side. Yes, I clapped my hands together. This rock was hiding a treasure. 1 billion roly-poly bugs. Okay, maybe not 1 billion, but at least 20. Sassafras took a step forward. Meow. No, don't eat the bugs. That's gross. My cat loves bugs as much as I do, but we love them for different reasons. I love to play with them. He loves to eat them. Now I just need to think of something super amazing to do with the roly-polies. I held one in my hand. Its tiny feet tickled as it walked. Sassafras trotted over to the pile of stuff and pawed at my thinking goggles. Ooh, good idea, I said as I put them on my head. Most scientists wear goggles over their eyes, and I do too when I need to keep my eyes safe. But when I need to think of brilliant ideas, I wear my thinking goggles on top of my head. That way, they're close to my brain. The roly-poly on my hand walked across a bridge I had made by touching the tips of my 2 pointer fingers together. I've got it. Let's make a bug circus. I bent some thin twigs into hoops for the bugs to crawl through, and then I set up a small, round rock for them to balance on. Next, I tied some grass on either end of a flat piece of bark to make a swing. I held low to the ground in case any performers fell. My favorite part was the tightrope that I had made by balancing a long twig between 2 flat rocks. One of the biggest roly-polies crawled up the twig tightrope. I got down on my elbows in the soft grass and cheered him on. Come on, little buggy, you can do it. Almost. No, he tumbled into the grass, and then another one followed. The bigger roly-polies were having too much trouble. I carefully plucked the smallest of the roly-polies from the ground. Okay, little guy, you might be the smallest, but I think you can do this. Show me what you've got. I placed the tiny roly-poly on one end of the twig. As she crawled along, I held my breath. I didn't let it out until he was across. He made it! I jumped up and cheered and looked around for my mom. And then I remembered that she was inside packing. I was so used to her being out here with me. Mom is gonna love this. Let's go get her, Sassafras. Come on. I glanced over my shoulder just in time to catch Sassafras creeping toward my circus performers. No way, kitty, you're coming with me. I don't trust you out here with my bugs. My new little friends are not snacks. Sassafras gave me a stinky look, but he gave in and followed me. As we got close to the house, I spotted my mom in the window, but she wasn't looking at us. She was looking at the old barn and holding a photo. We have a few minutes, so I really want to get to the mystery part of the book, so I'm going to read chapter 2 to you. The mystery photo. Sassafras and I burst into my mom's office. She jumped up quickly and hid the photo under a pile of papers before smiling at us. Mom, Sassafras found 1 billion roly-polies under a rock in our yard, and I wasn't sure what to do with them. But then I used my thinking goggles, and we made a circus with a tightrope and everything. Can you come see, please? That sounds wonderful, Zoey. I'm almost finished getting ready for my trip. Give me 5 more minutes. I shrugged and leaned on her desk while Sassafras wove throughout my legs. I was trying to act like I didn't mind her leaving for a trip, but maybe I felt a little nervous about not seeing her for a whole week. I was also curious about that photo that she stashed away so quickly as she packed. I poked at her papers and scooched them around. Whoa! What was that? A purple glow came from under the pile of papers. I pushed the top papers aside and gasped. In the photo was my mom, and she was around my age, and she was grinning with 2 missing teeth. And there was a purple frog on her head that was glowing. I almost dropped the photo. Mom glanced over my shoulder. What is it? I held out the photo with trembling hands. This photo, the frog, it's glowing, but how? My mom spun around so fast that some of the papers she was holding fell and scattered to the ground. You see Pip? Pip? Who is Pip? What on earth is going on? All right, so if you want to know what's going to happen or who Pip is or why the photo's glowing, you're going to have to read that book. All right, boys and girls, this is an excellent series. I definitely suggest it for some summer reading. I think that you will enjoy it, especially if you love dragons, science, cats. There is, so going along with science, we have the question, we have the materials, we have the hypothesis, things that you do in STEM and STEAM. You might see some of those things echoing in this book. All right, boys and girls, have a great day. I'm going to introduce 2 more books to you in my next video. Bye!